Hey guys, Ludaeus here, bringing you another Battlefield 6 video, and today I will be talking about the vehicles of Battlefield 6 and why I think they're in a really bad state. And it's arguably the worst aspect of the game right now is the vehicle balance, and that's not just like vehicle against vehicle, it's also vehicle against infantry, air versus ground, and so on and so forth. Where do I even start? I mean, I guess I'll start with the air vehicles because they're probably there's a lot less of them and it's probably much easier to kind of go over. I mean, the attack heli. Let's start with the attack heli. I don't know. It just doesn't really seem to stay in the air very long because there's just a lot of counters to it, and flares being bugged for the longest time, and thank God they fixed that bug. However, it's still not perfect. Like, you don't really have enough time to do much in the air, and don't get me wrong, they're definitely better than it was in beta and before in, say, like labs and stuff, but the mechanics, they're just very sluggish, like extremely sluggish for the helicopters. It feels like you're piloting a bathtub with some guns on it for the most part, and it doesn't help that things like RPGs have insane velocity and they're very easy to hit. You'll see that in this video. I'll probably be shooting down quite a fair few helicopters with my RPG. And yeah, they just need a little bit of love. Like, helicopters are definitely the best when it comes to air vehicles, because segueing into the jets, the jets sound cool, they look cool, but they're kind of useless. They don't even have loadouts you can change. They are what they are, and they die instantly to other jets and AAs, and I don't know, it just seems like the balance and the vehicle gameplay just isn't in a good state, and it's not where it should be. I think Silk did a fantastic video on the state of air vehicles, and he would probably be able to explain it way better than I ever could because I'm not really a pilot. However, I will give my two takes on ground vehicles. I actually played a lot of ground vehicles. I was extremely good in IFVs back in Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 2042 when they finally added them to the game. And in Battlefield 5, I liked running like the Staghound and the Panzer IV and Valentine tanks and so on and so forth. And I don't know, in this game, they've made the tanks so slow, and they then copied Battlefield 5's attrition system, and it just does not work for ground vehicles. It just does not work, because the vehicles being so slow and having limited ammunition in the way they do just causes them to camp basically just outside their spawn, if not in their spawn, to get the AA protection from the base AA. And you've seen it probably a lot in your games. I see it every game basically I play, where the AA tank just sits in spawn, the IFV just sits in spawn, and the tank just sits in spawn. Do you know why? Because, well, this is another one, right? The AA tank is the worst AA tank in the game. You might as well just use an IFE or an actual tank with the guided shell or the tow missile respectively. They're so easy to use that you can take out any air target and any ground target from the safety of your spawn. And they need to do something. Like, I understand that they wanted to make them kind of more glass cannony, and to that they've kind of succeeded, but they've done it in a way which then forces the tanks not to move up. Like, I don't get the balance here. We have the same problem we have in Battlefield 5, where tanks would just sit by resupply stations and shoot across the map. And it's kind of frustrating. Like, it's because vehicles is a big part of the game, and it has me a little bit concerned because we don't know. Well, we know that some vehicle changes are coming in December. They've stated that, but we don't know the depth or brevity of those changes, so we have no idea. They could completely rework vehicles, but I highly doubt it. But that's what they really need. Vehicles just need a complete overhaul, and I was saying it makes me concerned because they've acknowledged that we want naval combat, and it's something they're looking into. But with the current state of vehicles, I feel that they would not be able to do it in a good way. Either the boats they add, because it's probably going to be boats, will either be really slow and will just end up sitting far, far away shooting, or they'll be like super nimble and quick and just die to like one shot. So I really hope I get proven wrong with some changes coming. Like, I didn't want this to be a kind of a rant video, because the game itself, Battlefield 6, is fantastic and it plays really well, but some of the aspects just don't mesh well, and currently vehicles are in this very poor spot, and I think the only decent vehicle currently is the IFV. But that also has massive problems. I mean, it was bugged forever with its bloody MR missiles and laser designator. But that thing can also be one-shot by an RPG. So it's kind of weird. And the amount of like anti-tank stuff there is about, like, you know, that's another problem in itself, that you can have up to 9 landmines down. So that's why you see landmines everywhere. Oh, I don't know. I just hope they can do something about vehicles, because it is a massive part of Battlefield and they need to get it right. I just don't understand why they chose. They said they were taking the best aspects of previous games, but for vehicles they've literally chosen the worst. It's kind of the same with the sniping situation. They took the worst mechanics for some reason instead of the best mechanics. What most people wanted was Battlefield 4 vehicles, because arguably they are the best, they're the most responsive, and they have the highest skill ceiling. However, they're not hard to use for a new player. So we'll see what they do in the future. I'm really hoping that they manage to nail it on the head. I have high hopes that they can do it. But right now, there's a lot to be desired, and that's all I'm really going to say about it. If you liked this kind of a bit of a ranty video, I suppose, feel free to like and subscribe, and I will catch you all in the next one. Oh my god, I got him.
Of course, yes. Oh, why am I pointing on this guy?
What the hell is going on?
Shit.
How am I still alive? Oh, I'm dead. Okay.
I don't even know where.
Goblin run, goblin run, goblin, goblin, goblin run. Alright. What do we have? He's got a drone up. It's friendly drone. God, this thing is so good. Okay, he's dead. Wait, is that... Was that me or was there a guy close? Oh god, I suck. Okay. Oh, there's a lot of guys here. Hi. Oh my word. There is. Okay. Any more? I think I got them all. But I need ammo.